Plato's cave allegory tells the following story. People are chained in a cave and live there. Someone whom no one can see has lit up a fire behind a wall and holds up objects that outline shadow figures on the walls in front of all people's eyes. The cave people believe that what they see is reality and truth. One day somebody manages to escape the chains and walk outside of the cave, where that somebody sees nature and the sun, the actual reality. That person is blinded by the sun at first, as their eyes have been accustomed to look at darkness and shadows, though gradually the one who got out gets accustomed to the truth and comes back into the cave attempting to free everyone. They don't believe him and deem his words madness. An allegory is a story or a picture that has a hidden quality of truth. It is a more profound type of a metaphor. Ironically, we will discuss this metaphor in the cave of our world, through an electronic device. Everything we see online is not reality. First of all, we see pictures and videos through a medium. We constantly perceive images online, and images only imitate reality, and that imitation can be transformed, which only pushes it further away from reality. You could pose the question, is reality outside of my phone real? As far as we can tell, it is real to the extent that it can influence our being and consciousness. A wolf attack will hurt. That attack could lead to your death. Then you can't perceive anything anymore. Phones and computers grant us access to reality that we would want to stay in. That reality is a peculiar one because it entices us, humans, to desire it. And maybe really we aren't quite meant for one reality. We dive deep into the human-made social media and other computer realities, and still we feel dissatisfaction somewhere deep down. We see the models, parties, wealth of other people. They are all a specifically chosen moment that our brains perceive as reality. Why so? Because the people that made that reality, and they are such people exactly like the ones in Plato's allegory that held objects in front of the fire, want you to feel as such that you truly live. That is another indicator why nature is reality. People manipulate people for whatever reason. People understand people's struggle in reality and create a new one for some type of benefit. Nature reality doesn't particularly care about you. Though it doesn't hate you, it is harsh and you want to escape it. The funny thing is that sometime after you escape it, you find out how strong your binding is to it. The one person that escaped the cave was called back to reality. Someone has to be. In a way, we are all enchained to it too. In a way, reality is a place defined by suffering and pain that we want to escape. Your phone is that cave, and you hide in it. You look at the social media, you look at the shadows. You believe those people to be as pretty and happy as you see them. You see shadows cast by the help of human hands. The difference to Plato's cave is that you know you are manipulated, yet you remain a watcher of shadows. The last part of the allegory is the return of the person who saw reality outside of the cave. In the future, children might not know what is the sun or a tree for some kind of reason. They might not be able to feel pain. They might not even look like us. That all sounds strange to us, doesn't it? No sun, no pain. So we really do acknowledge our reality in some intrinsic way. Can reality change? Maybe our intelligence and hard work can pull off a miracle and change the body in such a way that we are not bound to reality anymore. But reality changes, and if reality changes so much that it is not humanly comprehensive anymore, can the creatures that live in that reality be called humans anymore, our brothers and sisters? Maybe one day nobody will leave the cave in order to face reality, because the cave will be that very reality and the only one we know. Plato's allegorical story about reality is probably one constant that can mostly be described by the adjective human. It applies to today's phones and computers, it applied to the religions and beliefs of the past, and it will apply to some other concept in the future, unless our species actually transcend humanity. Reality thus has been changing slowly, not nature reality, but the cave one. The shadows have been changing shapes, and still humans as a whole have been acutely reluctant to leave the cave. Some wander outside and talk of truth, but they are more often than not deemed mad. Who wants reality's offerings? Who wants suffering? Religion created a reality now gone. Fascism created one, now gone. Now your phone creates a reality that might be gone in the future. And mostly people from the past won't believe your new kind of reality. Humans push boundaries. What if you weren't bound to your reality biologically and couldn't return to it? Does that then turn the cave into true reality and actually completely evaporate the cave? Might it be that through shadows people finally find their way out of the light of reality, or through that they continue their ignorant escape and reach shadows so big and engulfing that they distort our mind and soul?